Hi, I'm Miriam Joy and welcome to my studio. Today I'm going to show you how to make an 8-foot banner out of a Halloween bandana. And I paid $1 for my bandana and it turns into this great Halloween banner, great for any party. Let's get started. To make our Halloween banner, I found handkerchiefs at Walmart that were $1, and I didn't find any Halloween material that I liked as well, so I decided that was the right price and I was going to make it out of that. I'm cutting off the border of the bandana, and that's the only thing I had to do to prep it. I'm also going to spray it with my Downy wrinkle release. If you want to iron it, you can do that. I'm a spray girl, not an iron girl, because you don't want to fall into their line. Once you've trimmed your border off, we're going to just lay it down like that, and then we're going to bring the two tails in and match them up, bring them to a point, and that is going to be our banner. We're going to just do it really quick, like your top is going to be there. But I'm going to just go ahead and to just make it a little bit easier, we're just going to cut it in sections as we're going. So once we have this leaned over, and you could use pinking shears, I did on my first one, and I also used some burlap in it as well. And I stiffened it with Mod Podge. This one I decided I didn't want the burlap and I didn't want to stiffen it. I just laid it on like an old cookie sheet or a dollar cookie sheet that I use from like Dollar Tree or somewhere like that. That's up to you. If you want to do that, that is fine. But if you don't, that's no issue either. So once I've got them cut that way and I've lined my tail up here and folded them back this way, we're going to cut this here, and this gives you a big banner. This gives you 8, so there's a lot here, and you can do it with regular material. You could just make a square with materials and do them as big or as little as you wanted, or if you wanted it bigger, do a couple of bandanas instead. So what we'll do now is we'll put that right in the middle where that guy is hanging in the middle, and we're going to cut him this direction now. See how fast that's going together? Let me get this guy lined up a little bit better. My last one I wasn't quite as careful. Take from there to there and make sure it hangs down in the middle. If you're not accurate, that's okay. This is just for fun. So it's not meant to be hard. It's just meant to be fun. And remember, we're going to tuck some of this over, so if it's not a perfect, we can adjust it when we put it on our string as well, so don't worry about that. So we've got this side now. We're going to do the exact same thing. I almost didn't do this as a video because the first one took so long, and I said if I just do it short and don't worry about stiffing and adding the burlap, it will be a quick and easy video. So that's what we decided upon. And if you want to lay this one down and see like where you cut on it, you can. And I just love the pattern of these. I thought they were just really bright and fun and colorful. There we go. And we're going to have a little bit of extra to throw away, or if you need that for something else, you can use that for something else. But now we have 8 of our little guys. Now on this one he had orange, and I didn't want all orange in this one, but you could do the orange at the middle, just depending on how you folded it up. So however you want to fold that up is fine. I'm picking up my material scissors here. So, and you also should have a front and a back, just like you do your regular materials. And these could be ironed out a little bit more, but that's okay. And I'm just going to lay them across. Now I'm going to just take my whatever type of jute or string or whatever you want to put them on, and put them on. Now I'm going to use a little bit of a holder on the edge, just in case we decide that we need to tie them on or anything, and we're just going to simply hot glue them. And I'm going to move these just a bit here on. And we're going to put our skeletons on as we're going. I'm going to give that a little bit of a room. I don't know if I put my skeleton on the end or not. I think I just put him in between. So we're going to lay our rope. Just make sure that you have a big enough string or rope that it's heavy enough, not too lightweight that's going to run around everywhere. You don't want that. And you're going to see these edges come out. And I'm going to do another row right here just to get that all laid down together. But then we're going to cut that little part that sticks out. Just try and keep that kind of nice and tight. These are a good time for the rubber fingertips. And just trim that off the show. So see, we have that first one. Now we want to put one of our skeletons. My skeletons I just picked up at the Dollar Tree. They usually have them pretty consistently every year. I did black on this one, and try to figure out how far in between these you want. It's going to take a little bit. I'm going to do kind of like that. And then I'm going to pull this through. And we may not do that, because if we have to pull everything through, what I did on my first one, I'll go back to him. We'll go do it the way we did. I'm going to do 1, 2, and then I made this just kind of a noose. I just tied it and just kind of brought it down far enough that I could hang him in it. I was trying to kind of do it like they had on the packages. And you can make that tighter if you need to, that is fine. So once we tied him on there, I'm going to make this even, and then we're going to go ahead and just start with the next banner and hot glue him on. And if you have to remeasure where he goes, that's okay. I'm using hot so I have a little bit of time. And remember how I talked about having a little bit of room to move those around if you wanted to. And just bringing those down. And cutting the material off on the corners, that's going to show. Probably should cut those before we glue that. That might be a better way. But make sure you're hanging all in the same direction. So remember what I did on this guy is I did 1, 2 of the length of the banner, and then I took this, made a knot big enough to put his head in, and you can tighten that up, tighten that up. So we're going to go ahead and go all the way through. It's going to take you 6 of the skeletons, And because we have 8 of our little banners here, and then we'll come back and we'll add a little bit of sparkle in between. To give it a little bit of sparkle once you have your banner down, I used mesh tubing, and I found them in pretty decent sized packs at the Dollar Tree. They're 36 feet. They had them in all the Halloween colors. Walmart has them real inexpensive now. It's gotten a lot cheaper. And I'm going to use 6 inches. You could use 8 if you wanted it bigger. That's up to you. Don't stretch it out when you're measuring it. So I'm going to measure 6 inches here, if I can get it to quit wiggling on me and lay down and behave. And we're going to do 2 of each color. On this one, I decided I had so much orange, I wanted to bring in another color. Then I'm going to pull it, and I'm going to tie it on, just on either side of my banner. And just pull those nice and tight, and unpull your rope. Don't let your rope curl up on you. And just get those all out until you have that on well and snugged up to there. See how it just gives it that bright sparkle color? That's a lot of fun. And then I took, if you wanted like a spider ring, I'm going to use spiders on the top of those, just because our trees kind of give it that spooky spider feel. So however you want to do that. On my other one here, I'm going to take E6000 and glue bats onto this part here, and the E6000 will keep your tough things glued together. I also did a ribbon on this one, so if you wanted to add a Halloween ribbon, you can. I did a bat. I took those off the top of a bat ring and glued those on the top. But see how fun that can be, and how quick it really goes together once you get it all laid out and started. This is going to be something you could probably do in half an hour or an hour at the most, and it's going to be a fun Halloween decoration. It really helps decorate the house. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get all the latest videos from Miriam Joy. Be safe this Halloween.